Dustin. It is it's the end of the what I've unofficially called vacation season for myself.
Yeah.
I'll go on more about it, but I've already talked about the seaside trip, and I've got two others, and so now I'm beat, wiped. Yeah, my wallet is crying.
Okay.
And
sure.
And I must comfort it. Anyways, okay, cool. Well, hey,
what's up?
Yeah, Mario, everybody.
Mario.
I talked to a ton of people over the course of the one of these trips about Universal and how I hadn't been to Epic Universe yet. Yeah. And they're like, oh yeah, Mario, you gotta check out Mario. And I was like, yeah, I'll just get down there whenever I can.
Will, yeah.
Yeah. So, but in the meantime, all I've got are video games and movies. So this is the Super Mario Galaxy episode. Today. So Dustin, you saw this. I did not. And you make a very strong case that the movie not as terrible as people are saying. Which
no, I don't think that.
And, I wonder if between Mario Galaxy and Gran Turismo, are we just like the video game movie apologists? Are we the white knights of the video game?
Sure.
Is that our new niche?
No, because I'll tell you straight up, that Knuckles show was a trash can.
Sure.
But still. Yeah. No, but look, dude, just listen to this review. I don't know what to tell you.
Who knows? Maybe there's more to come. There's that Resident Evil movie, that new one that's coming out this year.
There's an untitled Illumination Nintendo movie coming out in 2028.
Oh, okay.
Probably Donkey Kong.
I was thinking Star Fox, but
that'd be cool. But it's probably Seth Rogen's Donkey Kong. For being honest,
it probably is.
Yeah.
Well, shit. All right. Well, all right. Well, this is the Super Mario Galaxy movie. Enjoy the review and stay tuned to see if that unfolds.
What if they just made a Game & Watch movie?
See, I would watch that because I picture you could do anything. It's like he's so nondescript. It's like he voice casting. It's like you can't be like Game & Watch is white. You know what I mean? Like
he's most assuredly not white.
He's not. So like who gets to voice him? And I'm thinking like Donald Glover would be like, you were like, he's a great Yoshi, but like, he'd be a great Game & Watch.
Yeah.
But I want him to play it straight. I want him just to talk like he does in Atlanta.
Yeah, sure.
Like I want the movie to be like just unexpectedly understated.
Yes.
And I want him to be like, I'm just flipping bacon. I'm just making bacon. Why are you bothering me?
I'm going to hit you with a hammer. Oh, yeah. Is it a 9? Is it a 9? They would illumination it up somehow, and it would be like Game & Watch, and then Pharrell would show up.
Yeah. The hashtag for that would be like Game & Watch this movie.
Game & Watch this movie. Yeah, that's right.
Anyway, okay. Enjoy the review. We got some time. I want to hear about the Super Mario Galaxy movie, which in my opinion should have just been called Super Mario Galaxy. I don't like when movies are called the blah, blah, blah movie.
Yeah, I don't know why.
I don't like that at all. It would be like if they had called it the Wayne's World movie, the Good Burger movie.
Correct.
It's like you just call them the thing. We know it's a movie.
But it's the franchise now, because the first one was the Super Mario Bros. Movie.
Right, but they shouldn't have done that either. It should have just been the Super Mario Brothers.
The Super Mario Brothers.
But people are like, they're going to think it's the game, only if they're stupid.
It's got to be the movie. Yeah, right. Super Mario Galaxy, the movie, not the game, the movie, just so you understand this is a movie.
This is a film.
It's the full title.
Yeah. I don't like the and movie. You're automatically taking me one step closer to just thinking about how this is a product for my consumption made by a studio. Like I didn't know that already, but it's like, you're not even going to give it just a title and let it stand on its own. You're just like, this is the movie. And I'm like, great. Yeah. Thanks very much. You're several points behind already. Good luck to you.
Yeah, because where do you go from here? Like Mario Odyssey movie, the Mario Odyssey movie,
the Dr. Mario movie,
the Mario Party movie.
What's the
Super Smash Bros. Movie?
The Super Mario Sunshine movie.
Yeah, right. Why?
Stop.
Yeah, the Super Mario World movie.
What does Michael Jordan say? Stop it. Get some help.
Get some help.
All right, tell me about this fucking movie.
We gotta get everyone out of here. Go, go, go. Mamma mia.
I demand that you release my father.
Over my dead body.
Fine with me.
Everyone calm down.
Toad, pack our things.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Oh, princess, you're going to regret that.
Super Mario Galaxy movie is directed by Matthew Fogel. Written by Matthew Fogel, directed by Aaron Horvath and Michael Jelenic and Pierre Leduc. And it's a movie that's Mario and Galaxy. I'm going to start off like this. I was very lukewarm about the first film. I thought it was fine. It's definitely a product for children.
Yes.
It's serviceable, but it doesn't really scratch the itch that I had for what a Mario movie would be. This one weirdly does. And it's such a weird thing because I know people hate this movie. And I've watched a few reviews online and people hate this movie, or at least are like, the first one's better, or they're like, whatever, average, whatever. But it seems like a lot of people just really hate this and they're calling it like a train wreck. And I'm like, I don't think so. Here's what I'm going to say. The movie is hardly a movie. It doesn't have very much of a plot. Mm-hmm. It's got a few different stories, but none of them could hold a film, so they don't really give you much on any of them. Mario himself kind of gets lost in the ensemble of the film, which is probably a problem. There's too many characters, not enough time given to them. There's things that characters do in here that are kind of completely unmotivated. There are coincidental things that solve big problems that feel like Deus Ex Machinas. There's just a lot of problems with this, but I'll be darned if I didn't enjoy it. And you can call me dumb because, Memberberries. I want to talk about that in a second. Nostalgia, fanboys, fan service. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I hear you. I'm not saying none of that's true.
I was watching a 7-minute Cosmonaut Quickie on this. That was essentially what you kind of just said, where it was like, I'm not sure why the movie is getting hated this much. It's not good.
Yeah.
But the action sequences are really great. And they're often done all in one shot. So you have a clear picture of what's happening. Yeah. A lot of dumb things happen in the story, but it's a movie for kids. And I turned to Paul and I was like, Dustin did say he really liked this, and I'm wondering if it's the Memberberries, Memberberries and the action.
I do want to talk about that because that is part of it. There's a lot of time where I was like weird, like I was cognizant of like, oh, I've been smiling for a minute, like cool, I'm having fun with this. And there's a lot of like, well, what else do you expect from a Mario movie? Like, I don't know what, like, it's not going to make you think deeply about the world. It's not going to challenge your perceptions of your worldview and like suddenly I'm gonna vote differently. Like none of this is gonna happen. like none. Mario's not gonna make you do any of this.
Mario's not gonna radicalize you.
Correct. That's the third movie, the Mario radicalization.
It's not gonna make you like immigrants, okay?
Yeah. Especially Italians.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't. It's not going to change your world. But like what it is going to do is provide some entertainment.
Yeah.
And this is what I had written on Letterboxd. I said, look, it's fun, it's funny. Like I laughed out loud a few times. It's really funny.
Okay.
It's well done. There's obviously some like, talking down to kid humor, but then there's also some genuine like funny sight gags and physical comedy that is genuinely funny. And it's not like, oh, Bowser farted, but it is like genuinely funny things. Like the timing of it is really like spot on.
That's good.
And so I got a kick out of it. Ultimately, what it reminded me of is when I was a kid, I would watch the Super Mario Brothers Super Show, which was a live action Mario and Luigi, and they were like, "Hey, we're from Brooklyn. And we're gonna go do the thing now." And then it would become an animated series, and then it would come back out of the pipe, and it would be like, "Oh, hey, Luigi, that was a cool adventure we just went on," and like that was the thing, and it was dumb, but I loved it. Like as a kid, I loved it. And so this really made me think of that. And there's one point in particular, it's like toward the end of the first act where I was like, this feels like I'm watching a Saturday morning cartoon from the 90s.
Oh.
It felt to me like it feels that way. Like here's the villain this week.
Yep.
And we're going to fight the villain. It's built on the back of what happened before, but not overly serialized because in the 90s, nothing was. And so like it felt like that. And the plots are thin and, like, okay, so the plot here is Bowser Jr. is now showing up to avenge his father. He wants to rescue his father, who's now being kept inside Peach's castle, and he's miniature. And so in order to pick up on his father's dream of galaxy domination, he steals Rosalina, who is a very powerful like space princess, basically. And he steals her to take her power so that he can power a giant doomsday weapon that would destroy some planets and stuff. Very basic, right? There's nothing unique about this plot, but it's well done. Like it's fine. I think it depends on what you go in looking for. And like, I don't want to say turn off your brain because I always say never turn off your brain when you're seeing a movie. So I'm not going to say that, but I will say like, if you're like me, this will scratch an itch that is like from your childhood. It feels nice. And it's simple, and I would 100% show this to my son, and I guarantee he would love it.
Yeah.
And because it's not offensive, it's not like dumb to the point of like, this is dumb humor. It's cringy. It's for kids. I hate all of this. It's just simple. Yeah. It's not dumb. It's just simple. Are there things they leave hanging? Sure. But it's just simple. And like, and so that's the biggest thing. Like, if you talk about what does Mario do in the film, the answer is he fights the bad guys when there's time, and when there's not time for him, he's just kind of there. That's fine. Like this movie is more about Peach than anything, and that's cool. I'm fine with that. If you hate women, you're gonna hate this movie. But like, I don't know. I just don't know what people really want from this.
Yeah.
But I had a good time with it. So Mario's like big thing is first scene with him is like, it's Peach's birthday and I've bought her this gift. I'm going to give it to her. And Luigi and Yoshi, who's new in this film, voiced by Donald Glover, which is great casting, by the way.
Fun.
He literally only says Yoshi. It's like a Vin Diesel I Am Groot situation.
Really?
You know, it's Donald Glover doing his best Yoshi impression. It just sounds like it's from the games. So it's hilarious that they paid him to do it. So Yoshi and Luigi are like, Mario likes the princess, hey. And he's like, oh, shut up, y'all. And as it, turns out, like, yeah, he does like the princess and he wants more, but he keeps like at every interaction, like making it awkward somehow. And so the idea is like, will Mario ever be more than friends with Princess Peach? We don't know. And like, so it's a very thin, but it's just simple, right?
Yeah.
Like, whatever. Who cares? They stomp Goombas and he wants a smooch from the princess. What do you want? So let's talk about Memberberries. Let's talk about nostalgia and fan service. Okay, here's where I'm at with this. Memberberries, to me, this is a valuable term in something like Star Wars, where we go into a new trilogy of films. Theoretically, that previous 2 trilogies, that story's been wrapped up, and now we're opening up something new, starting with a new cast, trying new things. So when we dip back into the well of these are the same vehicles, these are the same droids, these are the same, those are Memberberries to me. In a moment where we should be pushing forward and doing new things, we're being regressed into like, remember this thing?
From previous films.
Correct.
Got it.
This is
referencing source material.
This is adapting source material.
Yes.
So if you tell me like, well, it's Memberberries because Birdo's in it. And I'm like, Birdo is a character from this universe.
Yeah.
Birdo can be in this film.
Yeah.
That's not fan service to just have a character that exists in the source material.
True.
Pop up in this film.
Yeah.
Does it service the fans? Yes.
Yeah.
Is it fan service? No, because you have 2 options. Because people would say, okay, this is not a spoiler. Birdo is in the film. Birdo does not play a large role in the film. She's just kind of there in the background. And everyone's like, oh, fan service. I'm like, okay, the options were, it's a new character designed for the film that is not pulled from the source material, or we pull a character from the source material, and yes, they don't get much to do, but it's a character from the source material.
Yeah.
Of the 2 options, I'd take the latter.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean I'm into fan service. It means I'm into you adapting the source material.
Yeah. There's a ton of characters.
Yeah. Like it could have been anybody, like just pick one and there they are.
Yeah.
And there's a ton of Mario villains you could have put in that role of like, she works for a bigger boss kind of a thing. Okay. Cool. It could have been anybody. They chose somebody. Great. I'm glad they didn't just make someone up from scratch. After Rosalina gets captured by Bowser Jr., she sends a letter, or she sends one of her kids, a star called a Luma.
Yeah.
Sends a Luma to Peach and says like, hey, please help. My mom's been captured. Can you help us? And Peach, being the altruistic, noble ruler that she is, she says, absolutely, I'll help you. And she goes on the adventure, and she leaves a note for Mario that's like, hey, I'm going on this adventure. Please take care of the Mushroom Kingdom in my stead.
Yeah.
And he's like, great, I'll do that. And so then you have this montage. The montage is set to Mario, like a medley of Mario music from the games. And each of these little vignettes are like moments not pulled from the games, but they could have been, right? It's like, this is Mario versus a Lakitu. This is Mario versus a Koopa. This is Mario versus some other thing, Monty Mole. This is Mario versus like all the Dry Bones. This is Mario versus all the things, right?
Yeah.
And so you get a little vignette of him in like the ice world and in the desert world and in the clouds and all the areas, right?
Yeah.
And people have pointed to that and said like, it's just a fan service montage. And I'm like, it's showing a passage of time in which Mario is being a hero to the Mushroom Kingdom. Again, you got 2 options. You either show things that are reminiscent of the games and the source material, or you don't. If you don't, we're pushing into Bob Hoskins Mario territory.
Sure, yeah.
If you do, then you get labeled fan service.
Sure.
And I'm like, well, why doesn't this work? Is it fan service when a Spider-Man movie includes him in New York fighting Shocker? No, it's just a thing. Like, it's not fan service. That's a valid character pulled from the source material that gets dropped into a film and Spider-Man fights him.
Yeah, this is a valid take. I like it.
That's my take on it. Now, Is there fan service in the film? Absolutely. There's a moment toward the end. This is not a spoiler. I'm going to keep it spoiler free, but there's a moment at the end where a character is like laying traps for Mario. And the way that Mario is seeing it is like the real world, right? He's seeing these things pop in and he's going to have to, jump over this and hop on that and go here and wall climb and bounce and all the things that Mario does. And then when we cut to the person that's setting these traps, they see it like a video game, and it's the actual sprites from the game and the music from the game. And he's using like a, Nintendo controller, and like, this is fan service.
Yes.
This is a moment that's only exists so that we go, haha, hey, that looks like the game that I played in the 80s.
Right.
And then toward the end, there's a moment where it's a montage, and the montage, to show the passage of time, this time they do it in the video game sprite style. So all the characters are interpreted. It's like they pulled the model from, Super Mario Brothers game into this, and it's that 8-bit style, and the characters just kind of like hopping around with minimal animation. Again, that's fan service. It is stylistic. There's a case to be made that they're choosing to like stylistically approach this. Let's be honest, that's a little fan servicey. That doesn't serve the story. It serves the story to show the passage of time. Mario and Luigi are fighting various enemies in various locations all over the Mushroom Kingdom. That's valid. This is cool, but irrelevant. Had they done it in a different way, it wouldn't have changed the story.
Yeah.
That is fan service. And that, I think, is the best definition of fan service. Is you could remove it and the story remains unchanged. Mm-hmm. And in this case, having Birdo there, or having the montage of all over Mushroom Kingdom, those are not fan service moments to me, because they're just populating the world with characters that exist in the world and locations that exist in the world. It's the same way you would do if you're building out a world, your world building, you're going to show the different locations. It just so happens that these are all pulled from various games. That's not fan service.
Yeah.
There's a character that's in this movie. This is not a spoiler because it's in the marketing. Fox McCloud is in this movie. He has a very small role. Don't expect a lot out of him. Very cool. Like, would love to see the solo Fox movie. Like, in fact, that was my big takeaway of the film, was like, when do we get that? Mm-hmm. Would love it. Loved this take on it. Glenn Powell plays Fox McCloud.
By the way, like, if you want complex storytelling or something that is a little more adult, that's kind of the way to go with it. That's a much more serious game than the Super Mario Brothers. Like, when you were talking about how, you can't really expect too much characterization or like deep, complex storytelling in these movies, the way that they want to be making them, because it's not a subversive, grounded take on the character. It is a whimsical, like, let's try to make this as big as possible and kind of justify the scope of this game. And the way you do that is you do keep it light and you keep it adventurous and broad. And something like Star Fox is different than that. It's a Nintendo game, but it's a different kind of game. Any character in like Super Smash Brothers that you see, it's like, that's part of what's fun about that game, is like you have characters like Ridley and Samus that are fighting characters like Luigi. It's like, one of them one of them is a very serious, pretty grounded character, and with a story and like some deep lore and some complex lore, and the other one is just a silly plumber guy.
Yeah,
and that's what's funny, is the serious one punches the plumber guy and he goes, ow. And and that's what's fun about it. Like they exist in both. Spinning off that, there's been universes and character universes before where they gave the more serious character their own thing, and it became a whole thing. Maybe I don't know, like the Punisher, maybe is an example. There's a place for that, but this isn't that place. This is the Mario movie.
That's right. To that end, like, everything that Fox does in this is really cool.
Yeah.
I don't think that's fan service, because he plays a role in the film. Yeah. Now, I've heard it said, like, well, he doesn't really have much of an arc, and you don't explore, like, there's a moment where, whatever, this spoiler or not spoiler, whatever, where his plane gets shot at, and they play it for comedy where it's like, my plane, and everyone's like, hey, this should be a really dramatic moment for him. This is his last vested, this is a piece of him, and I'm like, I don't think this is the place for that. I see where you're coming from.
Ground the movie to a halt.
Yeah, I see where you're coming from.
Yeah.
But this isn't the place for it. So I agree with your take. Now in that scene where Fox first shows up, there are a couple other Nintendo characters that are in the background and in the foreground, and there are other things. That's fan service.
Yeah.
Those are cameo roles.
Yeah.
You could plop them out and it doesn't matter. And most of them aren't actually Mario related anyway.
Right.
If what you want is a film that explores more of the world of the Mushroom Kingdom, this film does that. Yeah. If you want a film that explores more of the relationship between the characters and like builds the ensemble, this film does that. Like Luigi has so much more to do in this film. And I love Luigi. I like Luigi more than I like Mario, so I love Luigi. Yeah. So I'm pleased with that. I think in this film, Chris Pratt's role, like obviously Mario gets a little lost at various points, but like it's easy to forget that it's Chris Pratt. It's just Mario. Like it feels like the characters, like the actors are finally settled into these roles. Whereas in the first film, it still felt gimmicky. Yeah. Now it just kind of feels like, oh yeah, that's Mario. Oh yeah, that's Luigi. Charlie Day, yeah, he's Luigi. Anya Taylor-Joy, yeah, that's Peach. Mm-hmm. I don't question it anymore. Jack Black does a great job here. I think there's ultimately, like his story is flawed, but like whatever. Mm-hmm. And so I guess what I'm trying to say is like, let's not go hyperbolic here and say the film is the worst thing ever made. Mm-hmm. It's not the worst Mario movie ever made. Yeah. There are 3 worse Mario movies. Like, I don't know what you want. Or if you think the first one's better, there's at least still 2 worse Mario movies.
Sure.
So, a weird anime one and then the Bob Hoskins thing. So like, it's not terrible, but like I think it's better than the other ones because it more accurately like depicts what the games are. Yeah. It's more true to the source material. The first film, a large bulk of it takes place in New York, and there's characters that don't exist in the games, right? Like they have the Punch Out Pizzeria, and there's that Spike guy who's like, hey, Mario and Luigi, y'all are like, he's the bully or whatever. Yeah. I'm like, okay, well, he doesn't exist in the games. Yeah. Lose him. There's the whole subplot about the dog. Like they go to the a client's house and the dog's like mean to him. And it's like a set piece with this dog that's doesn't even, I mean, it could have been the duck hunt dog and that would have been at least something, but it's just a dog. Okay. Then there's like all the stuff with like their parents and their aunts and uncles and grandparents and all that. They cut all that stuff out. And the great thing about this movie is they do. Yeah. Like there's no New York in this. Yeah. Aside from one scene. One thing that bothered me about the first movie is, do you remember they get to like Donkey Kong, like the Kong village or whatever. Yeah. And the guy, it's like everyone's driving their carts around and the guy's like, get on. And they get in this cart with this Kong who's going to take them to Cranky Kong and Take on Me by Aha plays as they're okay. Yeah. Why are we needle dropping?
Yeah, I've heard there's no needle drops in this movie, or there's very few.
There's one, and it's in the same scene that New York is in, and it's 30 seconds long, and it doesn't detract at all. It kind of fits. It works. Yeah. It's a joke.
I heard that the musical themes are well used in this.
They're well used. It's music from the games. Yes. So this does a better job of capturing what the games are. Yeah. Remember, the games have next to no story. So the fact that this has anything at all is a step up. Yeah. But like, would I enjoy a Mario movie that has some sort of emotional core? Yes. Yeah. That has some sort of something to say? Absolutely. Would it be better than this film? By default. Yeah. But this film is not bad just because it's for kids, just because it's simple.
Yeah.
And yes, it leaves a few things open that need to be closed. Dangling storylines.
Yeah.
Yes, there are some conveniences. Yes, there's some things that just don't work. But at the end of the day, I had a lot of fun. And, again, that first one left a sour taste in my mouth because there's just so much that wasn't from the games.
Yeah.
And so much of like, why do we need a needle drop 80s hit? I don't know why we need this. The music from the games, they're perfectly valid. Like, just go with those. And this film seems to correct all of those things. And if you remember, if you've listened to our show for any length of time, when I've reviewed like the Sonic movies, which I also like, and to varying degrees, right?
Yeah.
What I've said ever since the first film is they need to drop all of the non-game stuff.
Yes.
Marsden and Tika Sumpter and all those characters have got to go away.
Yeah.
And finally, by the third film, they're starting to like trickle all that out.
Yeah.
And focus on what is in the games. But they still owe, I think, all of us a movie where Sonic and friends go to
other planets,
their world, and we're out from our world and all these dumb characters. The Mario Galaxy movie did that, and that's what I've been waiting for. Just give me the game, adapt that world, put it in a film. Yeah. Ideally with an emotional core. This film doesn't have that. Sure. It's fine.
But most kids' movies like fail to even entertain adults. You know what I mean? Like a lot of kids movies are just garbage. And the justification is that this is just for children. So all it has to be is lights and colors. And, this material isn't really capable of like bringing me to tears like a Pixar movie. You know what I mean? Like this seems like it's almost as good as it can get. It's like, listen, the only way we're going to sell this is as a kid's movie. And so it's just going to have to be on that tier. So anything serious or complex that you're looking for, it's just not going to be here because then children won't see it or they won't enjoy it and we won't get more. And so like, it's aware that it's, core audience. It's core, like, the adults who recognize it the most, or maybe the most attached to it, are not their core demographic, which is children and all that's, all the machinery of selling toys and selling games and whatnot. Even though it's not a family film in that sense, it's a kid's film that is at least entertaining and inoffensive in its age-related story choices.
Yeah, that's exactly it. It's not going to offend you. Mm-hmm. You can sit and watch it and you're just going to go, okay, cool, fine. If you're a fan of the franchise, you're going to go, cool, fine. That was fun. Yeah. And if you're a kid, you're going to go, that was awesome. Yeah. And why? Like, because it didn't challenge me and I had fun, just like every show we watched in the 90s. Yeah. Like as kids, they're very rarely are they challenging us with, these, villain of the week shows, your G.I. Joes in the 80s and your Transformers and your, into the 90s with your action shows there, X-Men's and all that stuff and your Spider-Man's. They're not often like challenging our perceptions of the world, but they are entertaining us and giving us a lot of what we want, which is just fun stuff with good characters. And yes, the characters don't get pushed to their limits. And no, there's not a scene where Mario breaks down and goes, am I good enough? Yeah. I just don't know if I believe in myself anymore, Peach. Right. There's none of that. But what there is a lot of stuff where Mario is just doing cool stuff.
Being awesome.
Yeah. So cool. I'm fine with it.
All right.
So look, you've got kids.
Yeah, you've convinced me to check this out once it's on streaming.
Yeah, don't rush out and see it, but like when it's on streaming and your kids want to put it on, sit and watch it with them. Yeah, I guarantee you're not going to walk away going, that was high art. Yeah. But what you are going to do is walk away going,
that was not a waste of my time.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, exactly. You're going to go, oh, I recognized a lot of those things and that made me chuckle.
Yes.
And that does sound like Memberberries, but like in service of something.
That was cool camera movement during that fight.
Yeah. And there's a really great one. There's a fight with Bowser Jr. Exactly what you're talking about, where it is kind of all in one, or a lot of it is, and the camera's like zipping around, and you see Mario fighting, and then zips over here, and Luigi's fighting.
Yeah, I
and
love
like
that shit.
It's cool. It's fun.
Yeah,
like great. Love it.
All right.
Yeah, man.
I'll do it.
That's it.
All right.
Sweet.
Bye. Game & Watch is white.
Bowser farted.